Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Mordy and Glory Battle Report. In today's episode, we find the Imperial Guard desperately trying to hold the line against the scuttling tide of Tyranid horrors. The Mordian 50th Rifles will be taking on High Fleet Kraken. But without further ado, let's take a look at the two forces that are going to be battling it out today. And here we have the two armies that shall be battling it out today. And you may have noticed we're running slightly larger forces. That's because we're no longer constrained by the fickle machinations of Warhammer community. And instead we now have the full indexes. Yes!
The master of the codices, yes.
We've got the rules.
Yeah.
Hey!
I'm gonna fuck up.
Hey! Naturally, sir. Tom, on citing his index, has ruined the rules, sir. That's my style, sir. Now, to be clear here, guys, at the time of recording, we do not have the points value. So this is very much just a fun game where we're taking a few units and we're chucking them down onto the battlefield just to see how these two forces feel at a slightly larger scale. I shall be commanding the guard today, and naturally, sir, upon sighting the guard, I shall command them. And Tom, you have been press-ganged into controlling the forces of the Hive Mind.
The hive mind, or in the words of the Tyranids.
Is that turtle getting its end away? Is that your best impression? Oh my god. The stream has degenerated! So what we'll do, guys, is we'll go over the Imperial Guard, first take you through some of the units, and then we'll move over to the Tyranids. And here we have the Mordian 50th Rifles, the OG Channel Army, marching forth into the first bigger 10th edition bat rep of the channel. And I thought I'd bring a bit of a smorgasbord today. So by that, I mean I brought infantry and tanks, like I always do.
Variety.
Variety! But I brought different kinds of infantry and tanks, Tom. It's all right.
Do you know how much you could do with a single man?
He could be anything from a conscript to a Kazakin. You build him right.
He could be anything I want.
I made my Lord Solo out of an infantry squad. So I'll take you through the army. Starting off at the front, and naturally so, we have the infantry corps. Drive them, men, drive them. I have taken 3 20-man blobs today. Now, the first 20-man blob shall be an infantry squad, good old-fashioned box and infantry squad, and it's going to have 2 missile launchers, 2 grenade launchers, 2 Voxcasters, and a couple of las pistol chain sword sergeants. And these are all of my OG original metal iron guard. I thought I'd bust out the old school cool today, boys. Leading that force, we have a command squad, and that will be attached to the infantry blob, and it's got a las cannon, a medic, a melter gun, and a platoon commander, just with a bolter and chainsword. We've then got a Castellan in there as well, so he'll be providing his nice Castellan buffs, be able to fall back and shoot and all that kind of good stuff. We then move on to the second infantry blob. Yes! Now this is again another infantry squad, 20-man strong, but this time we've gone for the new and improved auto cannons. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It might have been a long time since 5th edition, but we are bringing AC GL squads back into the game. They're also going to be led by a platoon command squad, this time with a heavy bolter, a flamer and a medic, and a platoon commander with a bolter and chainsword. And we've got a commissar leading them, yes! Now, the commissar, he's got very flavourful rules, but I don't think he's overly competitive. But what I love about him is the fact that he knows only 2 orders. Fixed bayonets and duty and honour. So he can tell your men to put bayonets on their guns, but he can't tell them to take aim. Naturally, sir.
Give them hope.
Give them hope. Fix bayonets, equip bayonets, be ready for blood. Yeah. And then we've got the third blob, and these are my plastic Mordians. These are the ones that were converted from Caden shock troops, and I'm running them as a squad of Catachans today. I am a big fan of the new Catachan rules. I think on paper they look very good. I thought, you know what, let's take that paper and wipe my ass with it and put it onto the tabletop. So I'll be running 20 Catachans, 4 flamers, couple of sergeants and Voxcasters in there, and a platoon command squad, which is going to have a flamer. This old school stormtrooper is going to represent a heavy flamer today. And then we've got a medic, a standard, and we've got a platoon commander in there as well with plasma pistol and power sword. And I thought it's a bit more of a combat blob, the Catachan one, so why don't we try out the Regimental Preacher? Again, he's not overly good on paper, a bit like the Commissar, but we're not really here to take the most meta stuff. We're here to show off different little bits, and hopefully we'll get to see what the Commissar can do today, and we'll also hopefully get to see the Priest in action as well. Finally, we've got the Armoured Corps, and I've gone for a bit of a variety. So we've got a Tank Commander here with the El Clasico loadout, Battle Cannon, Las Cannon, and 2 Heavy Bolters, and a Storm Bolter on top. And then we've gone for everyone's new favourite Leman Russ. I just want to say, I was running Exterminators before they were cool, Tom, and now they're really, really good. So I've got one of those. I think everyone is well aware of how good the Exterminator is, that if I didn't run one in the first game, people would be like, that's a bit of a weird thing. Well, you should show off the new and cool Exterminator. So I figured, you know what? Let's slap this bad boy in the list. The only sad thing about Russes is the Dozer Blades are now purely aesthetic. Big rip. It makes me sad.
It's another rule GW just carelessly ripped out.
Just thrown onto the pyre, fallen beneath the tracks of progress. There we are. And then we've gone for a Hellhound, because Hellhounds are pretty new and improved as well. So he's going to have the Inferno Cannon and also the Hull Heavy Flamer. So in total, it is 3 tanks and 3 blobs of infantry. Right, let's take a look at the scuttling horrors, the cosmic force that will be the Tyranids. And here we have the Tyranids, being led by none other than Tyranid Tom himself. This is the first time you're going to be running the Tyranids in such a big swarm.
Yes.
My God.
Or as the Tyranids would say.
I really feel like we're getting a really good look at what your missus sees at night.
Hey, do you know what? She loves it. Anyway, moving on to the list.
Same for the early fans, Tom.
Yes. So I've got 4 units of termagants. 3 of them are armed with flesh borers.
Yes.
And the other one is armed with
Devourers.
I can't remember the names because, well, I mean, who would want to remember names of bugs?
Exactly. It's all just biomatter to you, right?
It's all flesh. Yes. I then have 2 Ripper Swarms that I brought today. Tim told me they're worth negative points, so...
We literally worked out the list, and Tom was like, one of these Ripper Swarms are like, just shook at me. It's like, we're not on balance. I went, no, absolutely not. They're so bad.
They remind me of the Necron Scarab Swarms. It's quite probably why I like them.
They're basically the OG Swarms of 40k.
And then I've got 2 units of Tyranid Warriors.
Yes.
They are armed with...
Death Spitters and Scything Talons.
Death Spitter!
So these are... The Tyranids have had a bit of a funny one. So their Tyranids have now been... their warriors have now been broken up into 2 data sheets. So you have Tyranid Warriors with ranged weapons, exciting name, and Tyranid Warriors with close combat weapons, which is also a rather exciting name. So you would think they would have called them like Shredderids and like Daka Warriors, something like that. But no, it's literally Tyranid Warriors and in small text with shooting weapons.
It's like the new Tyranid being named, is it Somebody's Retreat or Folly or something?
Von Ryan's Leapers. And that's a cool name.
And I was like, why are they? And it's like, oh yeah, because obviously that guy, Von Ryan, obviously is the first guy that fucking encountered him. And I was like, that's actually cool. That I like that. It's
I really like that too. So a couple of those, they're just there because we like warriors, and so we took them in.
And then I've got 2 of the Big Mama's House 2.
That's right, Big Mama's House 2.
Big Mama's House
Big
2.
Termagant House 2.
These are the what are they called again?
So they're Termagants,
yep.
And they spawn in your little bugs. So you can, they are pretty tough. They're the toughest thing in your army. They're about the equivalent of one of my Leman Russes. And one of them's got the big crab claws, so you can play the claw. If you remember, you might want to put in like a 10-second clip of Crab Rave in the editing. There we go.
That's only when I win.
That's only when you win. Okay, that could be the victory music. Just like we're going to demonetize in style. And then you've got another one here which has got the Scything Talons, because I actually think the crab claws look better, but this is High Fleet Kraken paint scheme, and they're all about dem Scything Talons. There we go. And they can spawn D3 plus 3 bugs into any unit of Termagants.
Pog.
So pretty good. And that does stack with Endless Swarms. So you can technically stack 4d6 plus 2d3 bugs back into a unit of Gants. Or you can spread the love and put a few more back in each unit.
No, they have the favourite children, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, of course, yes, naturally. Of course. I
Course.
mean, they tell all the termagants, we love you all equally. But actually, they don't.
They hate you. But yeah, that is the Tyranid list for today.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, shall we be back with the field of battle after deployment? So here we are with both forces deployed, ready for battle. The Imperial Guard, the Mordian 50th, have formed up into 3 platoons, each one supported by a piece of armour. Heading on over towards the Tyranid lines, we have got an unbroken carpet of monstrosities, of cosmic horrors from beyond our galaxy. They invade entire planets, and we fall back. They strip entire systems of biomass, and we fall back. They murder millions, and we fall back. No further! The line must be drawn here! That's what the Mordian commander is saying to his troops today. And me and Tom were just commenting.
Meanwhile, the Inquisitors like exterminators.
They seem to be killing each other down there. What a waste of time. We're just exterminating. Yeah. They're fighting like animals with guns and knives. We're just going to nuke them, Rico. Watch Interrogator Rico as we solve the Tyranid problem with the press of a button. But sir, the drill sergeant says that the enemy cannot press the button if you disable his hand.
Just a Tyranid throwing a knife into the Inquisitor's hand.
Jeez, you look honest. We've already generated into the Starship Troopers quotes. We were just saying that the narrative for today's battle, it really feels like when you look at some of the destroyed vehicles that are on the battle already, that it feels like the planetary defense forces have tried to hold off against this splinter of High Fleet Kraken, and they've not been able to. They've been thrown back. The Curs, the Kaz, the Horse of Knaves, and the Mordian 50th have been brought in to try and stabilize the line. We're also just saying how it feels like a 90s White Dwarf battle report with the green battle mat, all the trees and the classic hills, and then you've got High Fleet Kraken in all of its glory, just like swarms of nids coming over. So definitely getting a bit of a retro vibe, but that's 10th, right? Whatever is old is new again. Now, in terms of today's mission, we're keeping it simple because we're operating large armies today, so we want to make sure that we can focus on the data sheets and not worry too much about getting the mission wrong. So we are doing the open war mission from the core rulebook. That means there are 4 objectives, and I gave all the objectives to Tom, even though we're meant to deploy them one at a time. I said, I want you to place these in cool places. And he went, you know what? We're going to have 1 by the destroyed Command Chimera, 1 by the destroyed Lehman Russ on top of the mid-board high ground. We're going to have 1 on top of the big hill, because that would be pretty important. Both sides would definitely want to claim that. And we've got 1 that is occupying the church. So that is where we'll be fighting over today. And for each turn that you hold one of those objectives, you get a victory point. That's it. Nice and simple and easy breezy. We've done all of the pre-game stuff up into a point. So we've worked out attacker and defender, all that good stuff, place the objective markers. There is just one last thing we need to do. We need to determine who is going to be going first. Now, what you do in the open war one is step 7 is determine the first turn. And then step 8 is resolve pre-battle rules. Now, that means that's scout rules and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll and see who goes first, because I know a lot of people, it doesn't always work like that in every mission, but that's how it specifically works in open war. So we're going to roll off, and then if I go first, I will probably scout move my Catachans, and if I don't go first, I'll probably scout move the Catachans. The Catachans, they're not going to be waiting around for the enemy to come to them. So Tom, deploy the roving dice tracer.
Deployed.
I didn't even ask if you wanted to go first.
You didn't?
I didn't, I just went for it.
Just went for it.
I was feeling gung-ho. I had the spirit of Strachan flowing through me, man. All right, well, as it turns out, you did win the first turn. So what we'll do is we'll be back after your movement and command phase. Here they come! Hold the line in the name of the Emperor. You will not falter. Oh my God. Tom has embraced The spirit of Sir Henry Simmerson. Upon sight of the enemy, he has advanced, sir. That's his style, sir. And truly, you have advanced. I think every single unit advanced in the end. Was that the case? Maybe.
Yeah, other than the Devourers.
Other than the Devourer Gaunts. Fair enough. So Tom, in his movement and command phase, he gained a CP, and then he moved and advanced everything forward. And we've put a little bolt action advanced dice next to each one with the number, so you can see which units made it particularly far forward. You got this swarm. What do they mean? And so you can see that this bug swarm went at the big 6 there, same for this unit over here. So lots and lots of scuttling forward. Now, naturally, Tom will not be able to charge me with any of these units, but he will be able to shoot me because flesh borers are a mighty assault weapon, which is not too bad at all. Now, a couple of other pre-game things to mention. We had the scout move. I did go forward the 6 inches with my catachans. I thought the best defense is a good offense, and also the trees were kind of speaking to the catachans. They were like, let's get in them trees, boys. That'll be a nice place to hang out. And also, as a pre-game ability, you picked your hyper adaptation, and you went for the sustained hits, swarming instincts, I believe. So pretty good. That is the movement and command phase done. We'll now get into the shooting phase.
Yes.
But before these vile Xenos monstrosities unleash their living ammunition into our brave warriors, the Catachans are going to do what they do best and spring an ambush from the trees. I will be using the Overwatch stratagem, sir, for 1 CP. And because I'm doing that in your movement phase, I will be able to shoot you with all 6 flamers that are in that squad. 4 from the main squad, 1 another regular flamer from the command squad, and then a heavy flamer from the command squad as well.
Agent Orange.
Oh my god! I think we're just napalming you. The only good bug is a dead bug. We've got to burn him out. Burn him, Rico. All right. So shall we see how many regular flamer shots I'm going to get first? That looks reasonable, sir. So that is 8, 12, and 15. And then we'll see how many heavy flamer shots we get as well. Ooh, just 2. So we'll get those dice together and we'll see how many bugs we can burn. Unleash hell! This is the flamers. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds and 1 fell out of the dice tray. 9 wounds, sir, I believe. There you are. Oh my god. These bugs. They're from the darker parts of the internet. You have your dice and a bit of moss whilst you're at it.
Now, AP on this.
There is no AP, so you'll be on a 5 up. You have saved 2, sir. 7 of your bugs have died.
I don't know. What's the alien death sound? It's like something like that. There's one.
It's whatever it is. It's not what we're making. And then we've got the heavy flamer, which is going to get a wound, and that will be a 6 up. No, so 8 bugs have died. What we'll do is we will resolve the las guns and las pistols off camera, and we'll be back with your shooting, your revenge.
Eat this!
And once the dust had settled, 12 termagants had been brought down from the initial swarm. Not bad. We double-checked how the Tervigun rule works and how the Endless Swarm stratagem works, and both of those take place in the command phase. So actually, it's really valuable doing that Overwatch, because it means they're bugs that are dead in the bank, and it means it gives me a chance to wipe one of these swarms out in my turn, which stops Tom from bringing them back. So,
also, the interesting thing is you get born soldiers after your scout move.
Yes, because I scout move, and then when I fire an Overwatch, I've stayed still.
Obviously, it's pre-game, isn't it? So technically, in the turn 1,
battle round 1, yeah.
You didn't see anything.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like how the Catachans have kind of shown off what they can do. Like they go forward, they draw a lot of fire, but if you get too close to them, they're gonna burn you. Which is nice. All right, but that's enough. That's enough praise for the guard. This is the Tyranid turn after all. Tom, would you like to unleash living death into me?
Yeah.
Now, where would you like to start? We'll do a couple of your units on camera and we'll wrap the rest up off camera. So where do you want to start?
I'll start with the reactive reprisal of the ones that have just been shot.
So you want to shoot those ones first, and then we'll shoot these 2 swarms in the middle, a squad of Tervigans, a squad of warriors, and then we'll do the rest off camera. How's that sound?
Yes.
Nice.
What was it, 8 shots?
Should we deploy the roving dice tray next to the fight that's taking place? I feel like that is tradition, sir. I feel like it's tradition. All right. So you will have 8 shots from those Tervigans. They will be hitting on 4s.
Oh, it's a lot.
Oh, sustained hits.
So that's 3 that go back in, plus 1. I told you my plan.
Winning on 3s?
I told you nothing.
You only dropped 3, man. And then they come over to me. Now, you have no AP, sir. No. And I am in that Forester. So I shall be claiming a cover save, which shall be a 4-up. Okay, now I've only saved 2.
Shut up.
But fortunately, I have a medic in there, which gives me a 6-up feel no pain. It's the command squad medic.
Oh, that's really nice.
Not too shabby, yeah.
Death Guard don't get
that. Damn! So 4 died.
Damn your eyes.
Damn your eyes. I'm trying to show something off here, models. Give me a...
trying to like reattach like a limb to a guy with like a fucking...
It's been eaten.
Brain bug.
The limb's been eaten. So yeah, like a little brain parasite. He's like, I don't need healing.
Oh, actually, just to go...
The medic's got a brain bug. He's like, he's gone. He's gone. It's like, I'm fine. He's gone. Emperor's mercy. Emperor's mercy. Emperor's mercy.
It's like, if I don't save you, I'll shoot you myself. Just go a little bit off tangent here.
Okay.
There's actually a scene in Plague War, which is really creepy, of a guy turned into a plague bearer.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoever he's talking to, he's like, I can't see. And he's like, why not? And he turns around to like speak to the guy, and he's just got these 2 maggots that are like growing out of his eyes, and it's like,
that might explain it.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Mate's going 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's like, why is he counting? And then he goes 7, and then he bursts into a plague bearer. It's really cool.
I was gonna say, if that was the guard, any sort of military person will know. If you go to the army medic with that kind of thing, they'll be like, take 2 paracetamol and sleep it off. All right. Well, shall we unleash the next bug blistering volley?
The bug blistering volley. The blistering bug volley.
Yes,
the volley of blisters. Yep. So 20 shots into the dudes that are in the forest.
The Catachans. Here we are. Ooh, not as many sustained hits.
Not as many. Hitting on 4s, yeah.
Hitting on 4, sir.
Okay, so that is that many, and then 3 go back in.
Indeed,
sir.
I think that's the same amount of hits you got from the 8-man squad. You rolled a lot.
They were feeling it.
They were pissed.
3s.
Drop 3. Nice. So these come over to me. All right, come on, lads. Take cover! Ooh.
Emperor's mercy.
Not quite. So now we need to do the feel no pains. Come on, lads. Just 1. Vindication! Medic was totally worth it, bro. So
it's 15 hours in medic school paid.
Actually, that's not too bad. That is only 4 more casualties.
Yeah.
I'll take that. 4. Yeah. I'm just telling you right now, Tom, you would be getting real salty if I'd bought Krieg. Because they get to regenerate 2d3 models a turn.
Oh.
So I'd just be like, oh no, I'm devastated. It's like regrows 4 to 6 of them back.
Oh dear.
So shall we do we can't do a Tervigan now, she advanced. Death Spitters? I'm not sure if they've
advanced as well.
They've advanced. So shall we have a quick...
I do have my Devourers to shoot.
Well, shall we have a quick look at Death Spitters are assault weapons, and then we'll check how many of your Devourers are in range, and we're back in just a moment.
Yes. It's eating them!
Love it. Sadly, the Death Spitters are not assault weapons. Neither are the Stinger Salvos of the Tervigon. So that means the only shooting that we're going to do left on camera is going to be this cheeky blob of guys here. So, do you want to, and we've measured it, and the first sort of block of 10 is in range of the Catachans with their 18-inch range Devourers. So that will still be 20 shots, though. Not bad. You know, they may not have advanced, but they're still getting a lot of DACA.
Let's go.
DACA. All right.
Okay. Hitting on 4s again.
Indeed, sir.
Okie Indubitably. Wow, that's a lot. It's nice.
4 sustains.
4 more sustainees.
I've lost 8 Catachans so far.
feel like it's like a golf commentary. He's lost 8 cards. He's coming in with the advance.
That's
So this
a
will
fine
be
swing there.
ooh, nice.
Still 3s.
Oh, nice, very nice. Okay, so that one. I think that was a miss.
I think you missed with that one anyway. Yeah.
There we go.
View.
Okie dokie.
That looks pretty spicy. Come on, lads. It's time for you to... I've literally... Right, boys. I've put you in the fucking trees. So I can put those dice in my hands, Tom. I've put you in the trees. Your catachans, you went to like trees. So please, can you pass some armor saves? Here we go. For the Emperor! For the Emperor! Okay.
There you go.
Not bad. Better. Shows willing, at least. And then we've got...
Emperor's Mercy.
Hey. Okay, so another
I did
6.
it. I saved one. All the rest of them are dead.
I did it. We stopped the bleeding.
His head's off.
So we've lost a few more lads gunners there. So 1, 2. Fuck it. Why am I keeping the sergeants? They're awful. They don't get chainswords. So we'll drop the sergeants. Can go.
How come the sergeants don't get chainswords?
Because they're catachans and they don't come in the box, so they don't get them.
Well, they got a knife.
Yeah, that's a close combat weapon. It's so bad.
Brilliant.
So you have successfully wiped out every last basic guy.
Hoorah.
Nice.
Hoorah.
Perfect.
What's the range of the flash borers, by the way? Is it 12?
18.
18.
So
18.
I did a little cheeky off-camera measure whilst you were having a poo before, and and all in range of this squad here.
Brilliant.
But we'll do that off-camera because people have seen what the flash boards are capable of, and we've shown off what the Devourers can do now. So we'll be back in a moment with the end of your shooting phase and end of your turn. I don't believe there'll be any charges, will there? Because you advanced.
No.
Indeed. So we're back in just a moment.
Tyranids!
And once the living ammunition had finished finding its way through the flak armour of his brave Imperial Guard, only 3 of them went down. Me and Tom were both marking, I should make him roll off camera more often, and I should roll my dice off camera often, because apparently he can't roll for shit when the cameras are on, and my dice get camera shy, so there we
I
are.
like to imagine that the flash borers, the ammunition container it's in, with all the little maggots,
Beetles, yeah.
flying around. They're all in there, and then there's one maggot going, "We are going in with the first wave."
Means more flesh for us to bore.
You see a guardsman, you eat him. You get me.
We get you, sir. I love it. That's canon now. Remember, 4K.
They talk to each other.
Yeah. It's like, boss, I can't go out today. Why? Union says I've done all the fleshborn I need to for today. But that's the end of turn 1. So you have successfully... I think you scored turn 1, but we'll double check. But if you do score turn 1, you have successfully managed to hold 3 objectives and score yourself 3 victory points. Not too shabby. In regards to the damage done to me, I have lost about 20 guardsmen, give or take a few. And I will have a battle shock test to take in my command phase. But we'll be back with all that in just a moment at the end of Guard, Movement and Command, turn 1. You thought advancing was your ally. You merely adopted the advance, Tom. I was born into it, molded by it. I didn't see a gun line until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me. Naturally, sir, upon sighting the Zealous menace, I advance, sir. That's my style, sir. Hell yes. Every last one of them, every tank, every weapon team, every guardsman has moved forward. Heavy weapons teams just stay still more so they can hit on better. I don't care if they hit better. We are advancing. We are going in with the first wave. All of the different quotes. We got electronic ball breakers. We shall drive them, men. If it's not immediately obvious, I moved forward with everything. And I didn't actually roll the advance roll because I actually wanted to shoot some guns this turn and charge. And it would have been quite funny if I'd be like, yes, I'll just push my whole army into your face. Oh, that's what I did. So we're going to be so that was my movement phase. In my command phase, I failed my battle shock test. I then, thanks to my commissar having the summary execution rule with a 12-inch aura, this guy leveled his plasma pistol and executed one of the guardsmen. But there's a medic in there. And me and Tom checked this and we weren't sure how it would work, but then we went, oh, fuck it, just roll the dice. You probably won't get a 6 anyway. And then naturally, I rolled a 6. So the commissar executes a man, and then he just lives anyway.
The commissar executes the man with the medipack picks up the man.
Now, we've left it, we're not sure if that's 100% correct. We have checked the rules, but we're not certain. But what we just say, guys, is let us know down in the comment section what you think. Because if it does work that way, that is hilarious.
Funny, isn't it?
It is funny, isn't it? But we'll have to see if it works. But either way, we thought we'd leave it because it was pretty good.
Now, do you know what I do get actually to do?
What?
I get to move my termagants D6 inches.
Do you do that now? You do?
It says...
Yes, Skulking Horrors.
Yeah, once per turn when an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9 inches of the unit, this unit can move up to D6 inches.
So do you want to skulk some horrors?
I will skulk, sir.
So who are you going to skulk first?
These guys.
The big squad.
4.
So 4.
They're essentially just going to move up.
Move further.
Move
closer. All right, and then the other squad.
Yeah. 2.
That's a mighty 2.
They're just going to shuffle.
And then
That
this squad over here.
Try and ram the hellhound.
I don't think you can get to engagement range with it.
It's free. I rolled free.
Okay.
I'm not getting engagement range with it. I'm just moving.
I thought you were going to move back.
No.
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 Sir.
Damn your eyes.
Do you have any soul, sir?
You can. You awesome Dave.
So 2, 4, and 3.
All right. Well, shall we let you do that, and then we'll be back with my shooting.
Yes.
So now that Tom has had his free little bit of move, can't really complain. I did have a free shooting at him. That's a good point, sir. Would you like to do some shooting at me with Overwatch? 1 CP, sir.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it with the Devourers.
With Devouragants?
Yes.
So want to unleash into here?
The Catatrians.
Well, that will be a mighty 40 shots.
Ooh.
So what we'll do is
Mm-hmm.
we'll do that off camera.
Yes.
Because that's a lot of shots to watch, to make people watch.
People not enjoy you seeing us roll.
I think they like a bit of dice. It's a seasoning of dice rolling, but I think if it's just slow rolling every single dice, that's going to start getting a bit bad.
No, that's you slow rolling on slaves.
Of course.
Naturally.
Now, I should just mention in my command phase, I did order take aim to every unit. Because people, and so take aim, they failed it, take aim. Now, I should also say, regarding take aim, with the way we're running orders today is if you fail the battle shock, you fail the order, even if you then later pass it thanks to a commissar or insane heroism. There is a little bit of ambiguity if that's how it works that way, the difference between the word issuing and affected. We won't get into the details of it now, but basically that's how we're running it today. If you fail a battle shock, you can get your OC back, but you can't get your order back with the commissar. All right?
See.
But we're back with your Overwatch, and then we'll finally get to me shooting. Can't really complain. I shot in your turn.
You did.
Despite their best efforts, only 4 guardsmen fell, resulting in the remaining Voxcasters and a couple of Flamers going down. In fact, that Catchan squad has now basically been reduced to just 2 Flamer blokes, and everything else in there is attendant characters and whatnot. I did get kind of lucky on my Feel No Pains, managing to halve the amount of damage that was coming through, which is pretty nice. But finally, Tom, can I shoot now? Can I shoot?
They're dead. Can I go now?
All right. So we'll go into the guard shooting phase now. We'll just breeze right into that. So I think we'll start off with some of the fun units. We'll do the infantry and stuff off camera because we've seen what they can do with like the Castians, and we'll just focus on the tanks. So why don't we go for cheeky bit of Hellhoundage?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to Hellhound the termagants that are in front of us. Now, you could, depends where you want to spend this, but don't forget you do have rapid regeneration, which means one of your squads this turn can have a 5+ Feel No Pain if they're within synapse range, or a 6 up if they're not within synapse. So I'm just going to basically, when I declare a shooting, I'm going to be like, do you want to Feel No Pain that? So I'm going to say that now. Do you want to Feel No Pain this?
How many shots is it?
It's going to be it's a 3d6 essentially overall from the Hellhound. And then you've got the infantry squad behind, but then I've also obviously got this stuff here. So it's a case of where do you want to save it? Where do you want to use it most?
I'll use it over there.
Use it over here. That kind of makes sense. At least we get to show it off now. So we'll go for the Inferno Cannon first. Brilliant. I just completely missed the dice tray. Fantastic, sir. That's better. So we get 6 shots with the Inferno Cannon. A little bit below average, but not too bad. That's kind of what it does. Inferno Cannon, it always goes an average of 7. Ha! I laugh at your average. It's either below average or above average. It's never actually average.
It's 3d6. 6?
The heavy flame is slightly different.
Okay.
It's 3d6 shots in total, but the heavy flame is slightly different. So I'll be wounding you on 2s because the flamer is... Flim Flam is strength 6. So that will be 5 wounds, sir. Now, I believe it might be AP -2, which would kill you. But roll... Let me just double check that. It is AP -2. Nice. Everyone else's AP got reduced. Guard, like, not for us, thank you. No worries. So this will be your 5 feel no pain, sir. 2 of them have survived, but 3 of them have gone down. We've then got the heavy flamer in there as well. 5 shots from the old heavy. Nice. Can't go wrong with that whole heavy flamer, boys. Definitely the recommended loadout for a hellhound in pretty much every situation is that whole heavy flamer. He then proceeds to roll like dog shit. So that will be just 2 more wounds, sir. You will get 6 armor save first, and then a 5 feel no pain. Can he do it? No. So 1 more crispy or dead bug. We'll do the infantry squad into them off camera in just a moment. But before we do that, we're going to unleash our other 2 tanks. And I'm feeling like my best bet is to focus down your swarms as much as possible here. I want to try and wipe out a couple of these little swarmy units. So what we'll do is we're going to go for the tank commander. And he is going to unload... he'll put his las cannon into the Turbigon because that seems a bit more natural to go there. But he'll put his Turbo bolters, his storm bolter, and his battle cannon into these guys in front of him. Now, the battle cannon is D6... Sorry, you know what? I'm just going to slightly change this. Sorry, Tom. I'm going to go for the Exterminator first. There's a good reason why in a moment, because the Exterminator's ability, if I shoot it first, it then puts an extra AP on that unit for everyone else.
Okay.
So it makes sense to do it the other way around. God, the comment section almost went wild then. So Exterminator's going to unload everything into this unit first. Now, I am within half range, which means my Exterminator autocannon is going to go up to a mighty 8 shots. Not too bad. So 8 shots hitting on... Tell you what, let's go Roving Dice Tray over there, shall we?
Bloody hell. Moving everywhere.
I know. So Roving Dice Tray, Exterminator, unleash hell! Here we go. It's rolled quite badly, sir. I really wish I brought a Scout Sentinel. So we've got 3 hits. I told you, if I roll on camera, and I will wound you on 2s. And that's all wounds. I don't have sustained hits there, no. It is AP 1, so you will get 3 6-up saves. So that means 2 of your bugs have died from the Exterminator autocannon. I've then got the heavy blotters, and what's brilliant is the heavy bolters now benefit from take aim, so they hit on 3s as well. Come on, heavy bolters. Come on. Now, that is a sustained hit, so that's going to be 3 misses. But 1 of them goes back in. Now we're wounding you on 5s. I mean the opposite of that, 3s. So that will be 4 more wounds. And that will be, again, at AP -1. All right, so you've lost another 3. So that's 5 dead in total.
Yep.
Okay, not too bad. Now we're going to go over to the battle cannon. Now the battle cannon will... unfortunately get 1 less shot from its blast now, but it will benefit from the extra AP, which I think is going to be really helpful. So we're going to fire the battle cannon, D6 plus 6, thanks to blast. Brilliant. Fortunately, it's still 7 shots. I told you, man, I'm rolling cold on camera today, man. Going to give them a big good shake. Come on. Blow on the dice. All right. That's all right. I have successfully managed to hit you 5 times, which is okay. And then I'll be wounding you on 2s. That's all right. And that will just be 5 straight up dead because of the extra AP, thanks to the Exterminator. It's not looking too shabby now. We've got a couple of heavy bolters coming in there from the sponsons. I haven't got any sustained hits, but I have managed to get 5 hits overall. Come on, let's do it. And that will be 3 wounds. This will be at AP 2, so that's just going to straight up kill you. Okay. The extra AP! It's coming in! It's coming in. And then we've got the 4 shots from the Stormbolter, rapid fire range, 3 hits. And then it will be 3s to wound. It's 3 wound. Look at the tank commander go. Unleashing the righteous fury of the Emperor. And these will be 6-ups. Now, normally you would have passed that one, but thanks to the Exterminator withering hail of fire, that's its ability. It has managed to kill another 3. Look at that 1-2 punch. So even though the Exterminator itself didn't do all that much, it massively turbo boosted it's an auto. You don't need more, 1, maybe 2 max, but you definitely never want to leave home without at least 1 Exterminator in your army now. All right, so that's all of the sort of big bits shown off. What we'll do is we'll do all the little bits of infantry off camera. And, las cannon from the big tank into Turvigon. That will be a hit, sir. That will be maybe a wound. Shall we? It's only strength 12. So we've double checked it, and the Turvigon is T11, which means I did wound you on a 4. Now it's AP minus 3, the old laser cannon, meaning you'll be on a 5-up save against this. That's not a pass. You do have a CP. Do you want to save it for anything in particular?
Just save it for now.
Save it for now. Yes. So it will be D6 plus 1 damage from the laser cannon. There you are. 6 damage, meaning that your Turvigon will only have
10 wounds left.
10 wounds left. Cheeky las cannons. You can't fool them. All right, so we'll do the rest of the shooting. Cheeky bit of las cannon. Back to the Lehman Russ, the Fortress of Dreams. Rev up the Exterminator. Woo! So we'll be back once we've done all the infantry firepower.
Yep.
Bring them down, men. Bring them down. Drive them. Once all of the las volleys, autocannons, heavy bolters, and flamers had finished unleashing their righteous fury into the foul Xenos, every last one of them was purged from this battlefield. But moving over to the left flank, things were a lot trickier. Despite the fact that I had sustained hits from the Castellum, which, by the way, worked beautifully. I got loads of extra sustained hits. Because of Tom essentially just having his base 5 save, because I've got no real AP over here. Because I used, obviously, the Exterminator over there, and I didn't quite have enough of Fields of Fire this turn. It meant that between that 5-up save and that 5-up Feel No Pain, I actually really struggled to do any meaningful damage with each volley. And so I only killed 10 of the termagants. But that matters not, because Tom, what we cannot kill with gun, we shall kill with bayonet. We're going to go straight into the guard charge phase, and I'm going to charge you with... And you can't Overwatch me because you've already used your Overwatch, so I'm going to go straight in with both the Hellhound and with the infantry squad as well. Drive them! Here we go. So a couple of the old dice. Let's see what we get with the Hellhound. Nice big old 9-a-roo. Let's see what we get with the infantry. It's a 6. That's a promising starter. And then a 5 and 11. That should be more than enough to get loads of the infantry in base to base and consolidation and all that kind of good stuff.
Can you try and tie up my Devourers if you get a chance? 9-inch.
No.
Why not?
Because I need them to die in your turn, not in my turn. Remember, a guard's life is to die, but you must never waste your men's lives. There's a full quote there. That's the truncated version.
Yes, yes.
It's my job to send them away. You know, I'm going to do the full thing. I'm going to do it because people want to hear it. A guardsman's life is to die. It is my job to send them where they can die. I am never afraid to spend the lives of my men, but I never waste them. There you are. And with that inspiring speech made, first platoon crashes into the Tyranid horde. Now, your Feel No Pain will not be active because it's a new phase. I've checked the rapid regeneration strat, but you do have enough CP to spend it again if you want to.
It's a good thing you're checking the stratagems because
but I will tell you, thanks to the casualties inflicted in the shooting phase, you are not in synapse range anymore. So if you do use rapid regeneration, it will only be a 6+, sir.
No.
So are you going to spend it or not? It could be the difference.
No, I'm just going to chill.
Just go chill.
I'm chilling, man.
Alright, okay. So that means we shall drive them, men. Drive them. Now here are all the attacks that I need to do. I've got a few more on top of this. I've already pre-counted, shall we say, and I'm going to start unleashing hell into you.
Granted.
Now I will need to check, sir, if I get sustained hits in close combat as well.
You will.
But we'll roll the dice first. That doesn't look too bad. So we'll be back with the final amount of dice, and if I get sustained hits in the old combat. Sadly, I do not get sustained hits in combat from the Castellan. That is the job of the regimental preacher. I guess if the Castellan did it as well, it would kind of encroach upon the preacher's territory, and well, we've got a union in the guard. We can't be having that happening.
Nope.
So that just means this is the amount of hits that I got. Time to see if I can get any wounds. Not bad, sir. Not bad at all. A total of 5 wounds for the Terminus. I'm using the Mordian Glory branded dice, none of those tabletop tactics toxic ones. 3 bugs have been put to the sword. Brilliant. Alrighty ho ho. Well, that will be the end of my... You will get to fight back?
No, don't you have the Hellhound?
Oh, my God.
By God, sir, you forgot the tank.
I do. I've got three attacks from the Hellhound.
Is it not 5?
I don't think so. That's Lehman Russ. But I've got a hit. I can always do an extra couple off camera if I need to. I have not wounded you. Oh. Damn! This new combat prowess is not being shown off. So that will be the end of my turn 1. Overall, pretty happy with it. Managed to wipe out a couple of units of bugs, but wasn't quite able to get that third one. So you will get to start, well, between your Endless Swarm and between the Turvagon, you're going to be able to respawn 2d3 plus 6 bugs back into that unit. Ooh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice indeed. So we'll just basically do any final sort of consolidations and stuff, and we will be back with Tyranid turn 2. Emerging from the forest, the warriors descend upon the fighters of 3rd Platoon. It is Tyranid turn 2, and the aggression continues. The Ripper Swarms and the warriors going after 3rd Platoon. The Turvagun, with its brood children, are going to try and mop up what remains of 2nd Platoon, the Catachans. And 1st Platoon seems to have bitten off more than they can chew. At the end of last turn, off camera, the Termagants were able to kill 3 guardsmen, which is not bad at all. And then Tom was very cunning. He used a CP. He wasn't in Synapse range, and he failed his Battle Shock test. But then he used Insane Heroism, which allowed him to pass the Battle Shock. This meant he was then in range. He was able to have a stratagem spent on him for Endless Swarm, regenerating 4 models. Those 4 models were conga-lined back for putting him in range of his Turvagon, which allowed him to spawn another 6 models in range. He used the stratagems to get him into Turvagon range. My God, because it's your command phase, you can do whatever order you want.
Big brain.
Some kind of brain bug. Sucked his brains out. So whilst his flank was looking very much in my control, now it's fight for your lives! Get them out! Get the women and children out! Fight! It's brutal, man. It is going to be brutal, especially considering the warriors and the Turvagon and the Rippers have all begun swarming. They're flocking this way around the side of the of my platoon. It's looking pretty bad, pretty gnarly.
Yes.
But that is the end of your movement on command phase, sir. And guess what? I can't Overwatch. I need my 2 CP.
You can't.
I need to retain my 2 CP. By the way, for those of you wondering, I did spend a CP last turn on a squad to do Overwatch. I did roll off camera to see if I got my CP back from the Voxcaster, and sadly, I didn't. So there we go. But I got a big fat 1. So clearly, the Shadow and the Warp is affecting the guard today. Speaking of which, don't forget you can do Shadow in the Warp in your sort of turn 2. Call it down and force a bunch of Battle Shock tests.
The weird thing about Shadow in the Warp is I don't know when to use it. Is it when I'm all in melee with you? Then you can't fall back?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Battle Shock, there doesn't seem to be much other than OC control, really, and orders and stuff like that. So it's like...
No, you just think about it, sort of ponder it. Yeah, you're not calling it down now. There's no need to call it down now, though.
Because I know with the demons and stuff, if you fail your Battle Shock test, or like I make you do your Battle Shock, you take mortal wounds, so it's more useful for them. But...
Indeed, demons and Tyranids combined. The Scourge and the double tournaments, perhaps.
The Demonids.
The Demonids. There we go. The 2 armies that should never be seen side by side. All right. Well, that was your movement and command phase.
Yes.
We'll now get into your shooting phase. What I think we should do is have a little think about what we want to shoot first. Maybe show off what the Turvigan could do, what the Warriors could do, and then we'll do all your little bits off camera this time.
Yes.
Right, we're back in just a moment. Tom has decided to start off his shooting phase with the big mama bug. The Turvigan is going to unleash its stinger salvo into 3rd platoon, trying to whittle them down. All right, that will be 8 shots, and you will be hitting me on 3s.
The Turvigan is like my combine harvester, I tell you what.
Oh dear.
These nits have dropped down and they're
found
all
a
from
new voice.
Somerset, you see.
Well, you are harvesting the biomass.
I am
so it makes
harvesting
sense. Now, don't forget that you have sustained hits, so
I
those
do.
2 misses go back in. And then you're going to wound me on 3s. Now, there will be battlefield debris between us, so I will have to get a cover save against this.
So that is 5.
5 wounds.
wounds.
All right, so I'll be on a 4 up, followed by a 6 up. Okay. I should really just refuse to roll dice on camera. Yep. So
Is that because they could be whatever I wanted?
they could be what I want. So that will be 4 guardsmen have been destroyed there. Should we show what the Warriors can do?
Yes.
All right. Now they've got their Death Spitters. So we'll get the dice together for them and back in just a moment.
Death Spitter.
Death Spitter! Death Spitters unleashing 9 shots into the platoon. This will be hitting on 4s.
They're about to spit some death.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's what I have to deal with. Now you've missed with a few, but one of those are going to go back in thanks to the old sustained hits. You have managed to wound. You have managed to wound with 4. Okay, fair play, fair play. Now I will have. I don't think I'm going to get any cover there. I think you're within that terrain, shooting out of it. So this will be a 6 up save for me, followed by a 6 up feel no pain. Nope. Yes. So 3 more brave guardsmen are going to dine by the Emperor's table tonight. All right. There we go. So that's the couple of bits there. I think we'll do the rest of your shooting off camera, Tom. There's going to be lots of little bits here and there. Yeah, because you can't shoot those guys.
Nope.
That can't shoot. Might be able to tickle the Lehman Russ.
Might be able to.
So it's going to basically be this and a few tickling shots.
Yes.
So we'll be back once we've worked all that out.
No, it's not once we've worked it all out. It's once...
The dust has settled.
There we go. Yes.
Yes. The Adeptus Tyranids.
The Adeptus Tyranids.
Yes. Amazingly, the Devouragaunt didn't completely wipe out 3rd platoon. Between some not particularly stellar rolling from Tom and a little bit of good rolling from myself, I actually ended up only losing about 12 people in total from that entire shooting phase. I got a few 6-ups where I needed them, got a few 5-up armor saves where I needed them. So yeah, not too bad. We'll have to see if we can survive the machinations of the Rippers and the Warriors, but yeah, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised about that whole thing. In regards over here, the Stinger Salvo of the Turvigan and the Death Spitters of the Warriors did fuck all to the Lehman Russ.
Who could have guessed?
Who could have guessed? So, yeah, vehicles being very, very tough, but the infantry is definitely suffering a little bit in this battle. Now, obviously, we couldn't shoot with things like the flesh boars. Damn it, Tom! We should have put spine fists on everything. Then we'd have pistols.
Yay.
On that note, we are going to go straight into Tom's charge phase. Now, you've off camera, we've made a couple of measurements here. You're going to charge these 2 units into these Katachans, and they're both on about a 2 or 3 inch charge there.
Yes.
But the Turvigan, because it's got a big old fat ass and it's got to get round the combat, that actually will be an 8 inch charge. So, would you like to roll your dice for that charge, sir?
Adeptus Tyranids.
Not quite.
Nope.
You going to leave it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the Termagants into the Katachans. Oh, no. Oh, and then you've got the Turvigan. Hey, there you go. So we'll move all of those people in there. And
then I've got the Rippers and the...
Oh, yes, of course. The Rippers and the Warriors trying to jib you out of your victory,
God,
sir.
So the Rippers
are in.
Tyranid Warriors. Oh.
That's more than enough. So, charges made across the line.
Yep.
Damn, I wish I had an Aegis defense line right now. It would totally screw you over. I love the new Aegis, man. It's
when you told
totally
me it had a leadership value, I was like, what? What is
It's afraid! The wall is afraid. All right. We'll move those guys in, and what we'll do is we'll do the interesting combat on camera, and we'll do the wet fish fights off camera.
Wet fish.
So we're back in just a moment. They're going to come in here, man! They're going to come in here, they did before! Oh my god! Hold the line, Guardsman. Your Emperor demands it. All right, Tom. Unleash your warriors upon me.
Meanwhile, the Tyranids are like,
Nah, to show you defend my inheritance. So you have 50 attacks from your warriors, hitting on threes, but only a singular sustained hit, sir.
It appears in the report it's only received one singular sustained hit, sir.
Indeed.
Let me put one back in
Yes.
my hand.
And you'll be winning me on threes, sir. Ooh, dear me. Okay, now we are going to have to roll these 8 at a time. Unfortunately, there's 7 there, so we should be okay. Is it damaged? It's damage 1.
Damage 1,
Yeah.
1.
So 6 up saves first. No, I'm in command here. And then 6 up feel no pains. A little bit better. So that will be a few attacks that have made it through there. But we will have taken 5 casualties. So we're going to go for this man, this man, and this man. And we will have... I've got to lose the Voxcaster as well. And then we'll take a single wound on a weapon team. All right. So we've still got 5 wounds in the squad. Okay. Not too bad. Then you have your Rippers. Shall we show what the Rippers can do? Because they're kind of funny. We've checked their stats.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be 36 attacks.
36. Counted them myself.
36! Oh my god. Is that 20, is it?
This is 20, so I'll just do take 4 out.
So you hit on 5.
I am.
6 is a sustained hit. Right, you've not done an amazing job there. Oh, there's a few 5s.
I've well and truly whiffed this one.
Oh wow. Wow. Brilliant. So we've got 4 hits. Four hits.
Yeah.
4 hits so far, and then you need another 16, which you've got in your hand. That's useful, isn't it? So they're just like Rippers are just trying to like eat the guardsmen.
It's like a chihuahua trying to like bite you.
That was a bit better. So that will be another... Well, we'll just add those back in, then we don't need to do maths.
Yep.
Math is hard. Now you're wounding me on the Mighty 5. Strength 2. Oh, baby. Ooh.
That is actually quite
Ooh,
good.
go, you pick them out, man. I'm excited.
That is actually quite good considering.
Yeah, so you've actually managed to get 6 wounds through. I did mock them, and now they are upset with me. So a 5 up armor save, sir. Oh yes, we'll take that. I just need the squad to hold on a tiny bit longer, and then I've got the 6 up feel no pain. No, so 3 more wounds that will result. Does it? I think. Oh, sorry. I think I've actually lost. That is actually just the squad dead, unfortunately. I miscounted before because it's going to be that autocannon team dead, and then 3 wounds remaining will be that autocannon team dead. No! So I had to decide, do I want my infantry squads to come back, or do I want my Catachans to come back? I think I'm going to spend my 2 CP now, because I think the Catachans are like fun, but I think autocannons and grenade launchers are better. So we're going to spend 2 CP. At the point of death, reinforcements, that squad does not actually die. And it goes back to my reinforcement pool. And it had 2 Voxcasters in it. So does it... Hey! So I only spend 1 CP on that. So I've still got a CP in the bank. Nice. Alrighty. Ho-ho. That's quite exciting. I feel almost worn out. Shall we... I think we just need to show off what a Tervigon can do now, don't we? So we'll go for the Tervigon next. She's going to have 8 attacks with her Scything Talons in a sweeping motion. So not actually Scything Talons, they're sweeping Talons. Yes. Hang on, please.
I was trying to think of a retort then, but I just... My brain.
You're a poop nose. One state it there, sir.
Yes. I added it back into it.
Excellent, sir. Reading on 2, sir.
There we go. It's a lot of... That's 6 wounds.
Okay, now we're going to have to do these a couple at a time, sir. So we've got because there's a few different units in there now.
You can, sir.
You can. You're awesome, mate. So I'm going to have the Rapey -1, so 6 ups on the first 2 guardsmen. No, they are damaged too. So the first guardsman has died, and the second guardsman has died. Okay, so the 2 flames dead. So now I need to decide where I wanted to go after that. I'm going to take it on my priest. He's got a 4% vulnerable save, so we'll take a couple there. No. And he's died. And then I think I had 2 more left after that, which are going to go on the regular people in the command squad. 1 has been saved, and that's it. So in total, out of this whole thing, the priest has died and done absolutely nothing. Brilliant. And the flamer guys from here have died. All right. And then the flamer guy from here has died. But that's the rest of them have managed to survive. Survive! So we'll be back in just a moment. What we'll do is we're going to let Tom do his sort of 10 minutes here that we'll be able to fight into the command squad there. We'll do that off camera. And we're going to do the warriors and the other bits over here as well. So we'll be back once all of the choppy is finished. Bit of a summary for the timid turn and going into guard turn 2. And once the remorseless scything talons had stopped rising and falling, the guard ranks are looking a little bit thin on the right and centre. A single lone brave platoon commander has managed to survive the termagants and even was able to cut one down in return. Yes, it is going to get respawned more than likely, but it shows willing. It shows willing. How about you, sir? You can. Over here, we kind of started realising that warriors are kind of good at doing damage, but they're kind of poo at taking damage. Because even from just a few stray bayonets, I think even the medic just like threw like a blood pack at one of the like eat this, like, and to try and distract it. We were actually able to do 2 wounds to one of the warriors, which I was pretty surprised about. Once you get the wounds through, they've only got a 4-up save, so like that's not too bad. And then the commissar actually went ballistic and was able to do 2 wounds to one of the Ripper Swarms as well. Ballistic. He went absolutely...
Does that count as being going ballistic?
He went absolutely ape. He went absolutely... He was like, hi-ya! Hi-ya!
It's like cutting grass back home. Yeah.
It's like in a original Halo when the little flood things are trying to like jump on you, just like rifle butt them. He's just like stabbing them as they're trying to jump on him.
Do you know what? That is actually one... I used to play Halo a lot.
Me too.
I still don't particularly know what the Flood and the Covenant and stuff are actually. And it's one of the things which I've been meaning to get into.
Halo lore is as extensive as 40k lore.
Oh, is it?
It's really, really good. But we won't get distracted now. But highly recommend you should check it out. Now on the left flank, we're turning this franchise around. So we only took a handful of casualties. The warriors kind of flubbed it, and so did the termagants, although they did manage to do a wound on the hellhound, which was quite hilarious. But in return, we did a wound to one of the warriors and also cut down all of the termagants that Tom respawned. And that's in his turn. So that means coming into my turn, we're going to be able to drive them, men. By lasgun and bayonet, drive them. So and we've noticed this before in a couple of demo games. Guard versus termagants, with equal numbers, the guard just seemed to be able to grind through the termagants, even with the termagants respawning back in. And it purely comes down to the fact you've got sergeants with chainsaws, you might have an officer in there as well, and you've also got the fact that you can fix bayonets. Obviously, that didn't matter this time, but you know that will be something I'm going to be doing in my turn too. But that is the Tyranid onslaught. We're now going to go into the guard movement and command phase, turn 2.
The Adeptus Tyranids.
The Astra Militarum! Yes! Send in the next wave! We are going in with the second wave because the first wave didn't quite manage it. The reinforcements have come in and they are ready to unleash death onto the termagants. Now, I was quite...
But I'm a doctor.
Frontline infantry! Now, I tried to be quite clever with the infantry placement because what I did is I marched them on here so they could have a clear line of sight to those termagants, trying to stop them from getting any benefit of cover. And then I moved my tanks around here to essentially do the same thing. I have fallen back. These are now all the little constituent elements. So the command squad and the commissar have fallen back, none of which need to take a battle shock test. And this guy was able to fall back even though he's lost most of his blokes. So we're doing all right. We're executing a tactical retreat. Yep. Brilliant.
Then the termagants are able to move
3 inches forward because they're skulking horrors, which is pretty nice. And then over here, we remained in combat and we told our guys to fix bayonets. We've got fixed bayonets over here and we've got take aim over here. Now, I think I have enough firepower to deal with either this or this, but not both. So I think I'm going to have to decide where I want to place my shots carefully. I'm kind of hoping between the Hellhound is burning its way through combat and the Guardsman's bayonet, we might be able to deal with that termagant blob there. If I could get rid of all the termagants, it would mean that the Tervigons would be a lot less effective. And I would then start winning the infantry war. Now, bear in mind, both of us are only on one victory point at the moment. You might get a little ahead at turn sort of 3, but I might be able to bring it back turn 4, turn 5. It's interesting, very back and forth. Very back and forth. Without reinforcements, though, I would have been totally out of this game. So it seems interesting, like it does seem kind of balanced. It feels more balanced 10th edition. I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I'm kind of enjoying it. We had balance at lower levels and feel like we're having balance at higher levels as well. But we shall muse about that more in the final thoughts. Maybe it'll all go completely one-sided by the end of the game and it'll feel very unbalanced. Let's now go into the shooting phase and we'll start off with these old Lehman Russes. We're going to open up with the Exterminator once again because we want that extra AP and we're going to try and scythe down the Termagant. I feel like that is the correct call.
Intensify forward firepower.
Intensify forward firepower. So we're going to hit it with the Exterminator autocannon first. Okay, a little cold, not too bad. Actually, it turns out that wasn't the Exterminator autocannon, that was the heavy bolters because it rolled 9 shots. So there we go. So these are going to miss, but we will get one more hit back in from the sustained hits from the heavy bolters. Bit of tracer fire first. I've got the autocannon shots there. Let's pick up the wrong cluster. And then we've got the wounding, sir, which will be 5 wounds. Now you could use your 5+ feel no pain stuff here.
Well, how many CP do I have?
You have 1, sir. It's the only one you've got.
It's
juicy.
Yes.
Okay, so you will be saving on a 6 up from the heavy bolters initially. No, and then you've got 5 feel no pain. These are 2 damage each. So basically roll these and any successes you need to re-roll. Okay, so you need to re-roll that. No, what are you doing? There was 2 5s in there.
Was it?
It's a 2, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought it was a 6.
It's a 6 up unless you're in synapse range. So 1 lives, but 4 have died. I was like, no, wait. No.
1 lives.
1 lives. the others dives. All right, so that's the heavy bolter, and then heavy bolters, and then we've got the autocannon. Okay, nice. That's good. That's what I needed. So they all hit. Thanks to take aim. And we do. Oh, 1 minute. All right, we have 1 fail, but twin linked. So they all wound, and these will be at 6 ups as well because I'm just AP 1 at the moment. So you've passed 1, and then. What you have to do is roll these, and any successes you need to re-roll, and if they're successful, you need to roll them as well, because I'm damage 3.
Amazing.
So you've
1. You're telling me there's a chance.
He gave it a good go. So how many was that? Was that 7?
7.
So that's going to be all. So there was 4 should have died before. Sorry, so that guy should be dead as well, because there's 1 already missing. And then it's those ones, and then it's 1, 2. Not a bad tally from the old Exterminator. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to do my infantry platoon over here, and they're going to fire everything into those termagants. And I'm going to fire the infantry platoon because I very much hope they're going to be able to finish the job, and then the battle cannon guy might be able to go for something else. But we'll do those off camera because obviously there's quite a lot of little bits here and there.
Yes.
Damn your eyes! These unsupported infantry platoons are really poo. I only killed about 1 or 2 termagants, bringing them down to just 5. I had a feeling that was going to be the case as well. It's a goddamn fire and field no pain, sir. So what we're going to have to do is put the entire battle tank into them. I know it seems excessive, but we can withstand the enemy firepower and choppy that comes at us. We are Lehman Russell, sir. We have the durability. Yes. The thing is that if a single one of them lives, Tom can start bringing them back, a lot of them back, and that's going to be a really big problem for me. So we're just going to unleash the whole battle cannon tank into them now. So we'll start off with the heavy bolters. Come on, heavy bolter! Okay, not too bad. 3 hits. No sustained hits, though. And that will be 3 wounds. This will be AP2, so that's going to go straight through. So it's going to be your feel no pains. You have to reroll all of those because of damage 2. Hey! It was so beautiful. It was beautiful until it wasn't. Now, some of you might have thought, Mordian, should you not have put your battle cannon and lance cannon somewhere else? No, because I guarantee if I split fire, there'd be 1 left, and that's all he needs. We'll go for the Storm Bolter next. It's 4 hits. It's one of those things where if you split fire, you don't get what you want, and if you...
Better to overkill.
Better to overkill, yeah. 3 wounds on the bugs. 5 ups followed by... 6 ups because of the exterminators. They all fail. Followed by 5 ups. That's it. He's done it twice, guys. He's done it twice. This is why we had to concentrate fire. Now we've got the battle cannon now. Yes. And there was 5 in the squad at the start, so that will actually be 10 shots. 10 shots. Here we go. Come on, lads. Okay, so that's going to be... Ooh, that's a good volley. It's a damn good volley. All right, here we go. 1 minute. Okay, that might have done it. So that many, and you're going to need to roll 5 ups 3 times. So we've got rid of those termagants. Okay. All right. That should allow our reinforcements. Let you know to start moving up. Moving.
Reinforcement.
Indeed. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the rest of my shooting off camera because it's going to be the Hellhound and some pistols. So we're going to do that off camera and see if we manage to burn some bugs. I love the smell of fried bug in the morning. Once the Hellhound had finished burning and the pistols had finished firing, there are but 2 termagants left in that blob.
Do not worry, it is not the bug screaming when it dies, it is the gases leaking from its chitin.
It is the popping noise, a little fella who jumps out into popping.
Just like a lobster in a pot.
We were saying that actually off camera, that we think GW's Kraken colour scheme may have been inspired by the mighty lobster. But we'll have to see. The mighty lobster. Everyone fears the mighty lobster. I've totally got a time. We're keeping that in. I don't want you cutting that bit out. All right. Sensible. We are professionals.
Yes.
I think I have to say that every battle report. Yes. That is the end of my shooting phase, though. So we've almost rid the battlefield of the termagants, which is good, because then I can start winning the attrition war. But we do have to get into the combat now. Now, you will be the defender, so you will get to go first with one of your units. Naturally, I'm going to assume you're not going to go with the 2 termagants first, and you're going to go with the 3 warriors.
Yes.
Very good. So this is the only combat happening. The 3 warriors are going to try and do their thing into the guardsmen down here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very nice. So that is,
damn, I got him to roll it on camera, boys. Look what happens.
But, 3 more go back in, so I need 3 more dice.
I need 3 more dice. I was really hoping his warriors weren't going to pull this off, but they might just manage it. Okay, you've got a few 1s and 2s there. That's all right.
There we go. So,
wow, that is so much better than before. My God,
he's learning.
He's learning. All right, so these will be 6 ups. Come on. Oh, no.
They're adapting.
1. And then 6 up, feel no pain.
Yep.
Come on. Ah! Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 casualties from the guard blob. So we'll take those out. I'll do my few remaining pitiful attacks back. And that'll be the end of my turn. So we'll probably be back with the end of guard turn and start of Tyranid turn. guard. And once the chainswords had finished revving and we picked up the heavy weapon team and chucked it on top of the termagants, crushing them, we were able to kill the final 2. Unfortunately, we did allocate most of our attacks into the termagants, and that meant that there was only a few spare ones going into the warriors, and we weren't able to do any damage to them. But that's okay, because even if my final sergeant ends up dying in Tom's turn, I will have enough CP to use reinforcements to bring them back. So we're slowly grinding through the Nids through attrition. Unfortunately, we can't bring our captains back. They died and we didn't have any CP, so they are gone. They're dead. Can we go now? But we should have more than enough to be able to bring back a couple of blobs of guardsmen, which is it's all right. It's nice. So that is the end of guard turn 2. And now we shall go into Nid turn 3. It's the halfway point.
I feel like before we
he's got some thoughts.
Like the motto for like trying to beat the guard in 10th is going to be kill it before it gains CP. Yeah. Just trying to kill the infantry first turn.
You've got to kill the infantry first turn, I think. Yeah, if you can take out a couple of blobs early on, it's going to be hard to bring them back. Age of defense line meta incoming. Oh, all right, let's go. Leadership, love it. It's afraid. All right, let's go into that Tyranid turn. They just keep on coming, Sarge! Hold the line, damn it. The Tyranids are just advancing mercilessly. Off objectives even, but they are coming for me one way or another. This is Tom. Of course he's advancing off objectives, because upon sighting the enemy, he advances, sir. That's his style. Now, what was really interesting is he moved over here with his unit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to unleash Overwatch into you. And I'm going to use my Hellhound to Overwatch into combat, because vehicles can shoot in and out of combats now. If they shoot into combat, it is -1 to hit. But thanks to the highly accurate flamer weapons, I don't care about the -1 to hit. So I could just shoot into this combat with the warriors. And it was most effective, sir. It meant I was able to shoot my flamer at my Inferno cannon, and I was able to kill 2 of the warriors with that. And then the heavy flamer went off and was able to do another 2 wounds. Another wound, I should say, bringing that that overall, the warriors down to a single 1 on a single wound. It's swinging back and forth, this left flank. Very much like the Tyranids are advancing, the guard are dying, but then the Tyranids are dying. It's all happening. It's exciting times.
Blood and Caton.
Blood and guts. Yeah. It's pretty wild. But it's been kind of, we were both saying Overwatch now is a top tier stratagem. Like the fact that you just never want to use it in the charge phase. You're just going to be like, I'll just shoot you in your turn. It's brilliant. Flamers, Overwatch, fantastic. And for me, I'm just thinking Lehman Russes with triple flamer are going to be really, really good. But that is a conversation for another time. Now we have completed your movement phase. We've completed your command phase. Yes. Let's get on to the shooting phase. And there's not an awful lot to do, to be honest. You've got a squad of warriors and your termagants. So shall we just go straight into it?
Yes.
And let you start shooting. So we'll let you get your dice together. We're back in just a moment. Tom has decided to start off with the Spitters of Death. And he will be shooting into my command squad here. All right, Tom. 9 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Death Spitter.
Death Spitter. Now, you've missed with 2, but you've got 2 sustained hits. So everything hits. Really, really like sustained hits, man. It's very, very tasty. Ooh. That is going to be 7 wounds. Now, we're going to do these a couple at a time. So we're going to have the Flamer Man. And I feel no pain. Oh, sorry, Tom, it's not flat. So the Flamer Man has died. Please remove the Flamer Man for me. The one on the end. There we are. Then we're going to have to take the heavy weapon team. So I've got, that was 1. So I've got 6 left. Heavy weapon team. Ooh. We like it.
Very nice.
Let's see if they can do that again. I'm going to give it a go. Oh no! Live by the trade, die by the trade. Nope, so the heavy weapon team has taken a wound. And we've got 2 left. Heavy weapon team. What? Okay, so the heavy weapon team died. After all that. Not bad considering how much damage you've slung my way, but I was able to. The medic was just furiously like, you're not going to die, goddammit! Not on my watch! Chest compressions, chest compressions, chest compressions!
Very good.
It's literally Dr. Mike in the Warhammer 40k.
Is it 8 shots from the server gun?
It is 8 shots, sir.
Yes.
Where are you going to put them?
Shoot it into a command squad as well.
The same command squad?
Yes.
Or the man on 1 wound?
The command squad. Yes.
The same command squad. All right. Oh
Bloody
my
Laura.
fuck.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, by the Hive Queen.
By the Turbogun's balls.
Why she got balls? Let's not judge, actually. Let's not judge.
No judge.
Okay. It's getting a bit fruity down here.
There we go. That's a lot of attacks.
Okay.
5 sustained hit.
Medic. Has died. Ooh. Has died. Okay, so that one needs to go back in line because that was a feel no pain. And then we've got the officer. Oh, so close. Even with the cover that I would have got going through there, it's not enough. Command squad has been wiped out. Command element has been lost. 3rd platoon has gone radio silent. There we are. Literally the whole of 3rd platoon has been, well, not quite. We've still got the commissar. He's still representing. He's representing. All right. You've got your last Turbogon over there.
Yes. Is it range 18 or 24?
24. Now, don't forget you can shoot into combat.
I can.
Vehicles and monsters, you could.
I'll do it into the.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 shots.
No sustained hits, sir. It is -1 to hit, by the way.
It is -1.
So you'll be hitting on 4s. And you should be winning on 3s. And I shall be saving on I need to use 1 at a time, unfortunately. No. And I feel no pain. No. I shall now spend 2 CP for reinforcements. This man has died. But I need to see if I get a CP back. Don't forget I have another wound to do after this. I do not. So it did cost me 2 CP, putting me down to 0. Spicy. And then we need to see if another guy from the command squad bites it. So we'll go for the melter gun guy. Ooh. Oh. So yes. There we are. Melter gun man has gone the way of the dodo. All right. These platoons are getting a bit thin on the ground, Tom. A little thin, shall we say. That is all your shooting, sir.
Charge!
We have the choppy.
Charge?
Where are you charging? We can go straight into it?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you going?
Turbogon is gonna. It's gonna try and go into both.
Okay.
Of them.
Okay. He will manage it. She will manage it. Sorry.
She will.
He, sir. She, sir.
Whatever. He said. She said.
We'll just do that for now, and don't worry about the
Ripper
trees.
Swarms is going to go into the Commissar, the Lehman Russ, and the Exterminators.
Nice. Definitely.
Definitely in.
And the Warriors, sir.
Warriors are just going to go into the Exterminator.
Very good.
Well, they got it.
Just about. Just about. Okie croaky. Well, we'll let you move. Oh, anything over here?
The Rippers are also going to go into the Hellhound. Let's see if they make it. They
yes.
And the Turbogon is going to go into both the Hellhound and the...
Hold the line. It's a big turn. It's a big turn. All right, so you're going to end up about here, like that.
Yeah.
Let me make sure you're not overlapping my model there. There you are. And the Rippers are ripping. Now, I just don't want to alarm you, Tom. That charge has taken you off that objective.
Yeah.
You don't want to just... I'll let...
objectives.
Because obviously the Rippers have OC of 0. So the Turbogon was the only one that could hold it.
Yes.
Okay. Tom's just like pure aggression. Pure aggression. I love it. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. So shall we let you get some dice together? We'll refresh our memories of the Turbogon's combat stats. And we're back in a moment. Yes. The iron line of the Imperial spine meets the chittering horrors of the Tyranids. All of our armor is now engaged in combat with the larger Tyranid bioforms. Who will win, steel or chitin? Let's find out. Now, Tom, you are engaging in tomfoolery, are you not?
C.
You are spending a CP.
CSKBN.
For synaptic insight. Because Tom said to me, do these Rippers get lethal hits? And I was like, no. Unless you spend the CP. And he went, I'm doing it. So he's like, Rippers are doing it for themselves.
36 attacks, baby.
So we're going to start off with the Rippers, and they are going to be unleashing 36 attacks. They will have sustained hits and lethal hits against the Hellhound. Hiya!
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Well, there we go. So that's 3
lethal hits, 3 sustained hits. I don't forget you hit on 5, so those 5s are also important.
Yes, I do hit on 5s. Now, this isn't as impressive as I wanted it to be. We do get 3 other hits. There we go. And then 6 is... No.
No.
But that is 3 so far.
Oh, you got more attacks, have you?
I do have more attacks.
Okay. No, I've got the dice here.
No.
It's another couple.
Double 2.
And add a couple more. Take your hits, yeah, take your misses out, yeah. Take your misses out for a nice seafood dinner. You got a couple of 3s over there with the sustained hits, I understand now. Brilliant. Go. So the lethal hits did everything, and everything else did nothing. How about you? So this will be a 2-up save, cause Hellhounds. Brilliant. As this is the way, lots of dice, no results. Welcome to the Morning Glory channel.
It was worth it.
Nice. You then got the Crushing Claws.
Do the Crushing Claws have a sweeping profile?
No, they are like from Robot Wars, the old Razor, where it's like...
I just want to finish off that command squad, I'm not going to lie. So I'm just going to hit them into there.
Really?
Yes, because
it's 4 attacks hitting on 4s.
I'm fine with that.
You physically cannot finish the... Oh, you could finish the command squad if everything hits and everything wounds.
You know, if you don't manage to kill the Tyranid warrior,
okay,
I'll be okay.
You'll be happy with that, will you?
Maybe.
Off you pop. Possibly. Brilliant.
Bollocks! Never mind, eh?
Crushing Claws, baby! Crab Rave. Dun 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 dun.
Right, well.
Moving on.
Brilliant! I'm just going to put the
Scything Talons into. That's alright, I'm so pissed myself over those Crushing Claws.
Commissar, to be fair.
What, the 1 wound platoon commander?
Yeah.
I feel like you're massively overkilling here.
I like killing dudes.
Alright, fine. It's a bit better, hitting on 3s. So the Crushing Claws, which hit a bit bad, and a sustained hit. He's on 1 wound, so...
How about you?
Right.
Shit on it. I'm guessing...
Oh, no, 2s will wound.
2s will... Yeah, 5 wounds, sir.
So I need to make all of these 6-ups? No.
No. It's done its job.
The command network of the Guard is getting quite badly brutalised.
The Tyranids are... They're not focusing our vehicles.
They sucked its brains out. That's what's happened.
Now the Ripper swarms into the Kimusura.
Oh shit, I'm ruining the
trees.
trees.
The Commissar?
It is. Oh, the Rippers are going for him. 36 attacks.
Nice.
They're going to read him.
Nice. Now these don't get lethal hits. They
get sustained hits.
That's fine. Please kill it.
They're going to read him.
Oh dear.
Oh, he's dropping dice. So, do you want to put your sustained hits in? You got another wave after this, right?
There we go. Yes. So
see if this does it. So you need 5s.
Oh.
It's 3. That is technically enough. And I believe he has a 4+ save. That's the old carapace, but I will double check. Doesn't matter, he's dead. He's completely dead.
Get ripped.
Damn. I really like this model, and it's the first time I think I've used him in a battle report, and he's dead now.
He's just like gotten consumed.
He's just...
Do you know like the compies in Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
2, where that little girl gets eaten alive by him.
Is it and the guy gets eaten as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people get eaten by those compies, don't they?
Now the Tyranid warriors. Whee!
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We'll do them off camera because they're probably not going to do that much. Well, for the sake of completeness, go on then. Let's see what they can do against the tank. 15 attacks. Now you're hitting on 3s. I think Slicey Warriors could be a nice way to go.
Slicey
and then you're winning on 6s. This is the big problem. 2. At
AP1.
AP1.
1 damage.
1 damage. I'm fine. This is it. Your turn is you just don't have any way of dealing with the armor.
First catch of the day.
First catch of the day. So it's going to come over to me now.
It will.
So go on. Why don't we Let me see if we can kill this warrior. Alright, so 2 power swords into the warrior. Ooh, I'm still affected by fixed bayonets. He is going to have to take 2 6-up saves, sir, or he's going to go and meet his maker. No, he has met the maker. The Grand Maker.
Before this game even goes on, I just want to say, Ripper Swarm's MVP.
Ripper Swarm's MVP. Love it. I think the Warriors performed well when they've gone into their intended targets. They're just good at killing infantry. That's it. I think the other thing that's really worth doing on camera is this Lehman Rush trying to run over your one warrior there. Now I've got 6 attacks hit on 4s. Ooh, that's all right. And then wounding on 3s. Just 1. That's all I need though. Boom.
He's dead.
Let's get sucked into the track. Nice. There's a goddamn wood chipper. So we've got a few of the little bits that need doing off camera, like the Hellhound and the Lehman Russ. But we'll do those off camera and we're back with Guard turn 3. And Tom, you know what they say? Send in the next wave.
No.
Marching in from the flank, the next wave, 5th platoon at this point is coming onto the board. Now, because they came in as reinforcements and they are strategic reserves, and it's turn 3, I could come in from any board edge that I wanted. And I decided to come on over here so that I could provide some fire support against the Turbigon, because I can shoot into combat with monsters and vehicles and all this kind of good stuff. And it also means that whilst I can't get onto the objective this turn because those damn Rippers, it does mean that once those Rippers have gone, I will be able to start holding that objective and scoring lots of victory points. Over here, because the Turbigon has got a higher objective control than I wasn't able to hold on to that objective, which makes me a big sad. As a result, I have brought my infantry platoon over, and now I've got loads of people in range of that objective. And so, even though I don't score it this turn, it should be safely in the bag for the future turns. And I've stayed in combat with pretty much everything. And the reason for that is like I said, I can shoot into combat against these vehicles, which or monsters, which is pretty good. And also, I kind of want to hold the Tyranids here. If I fall back, I lose all my firepower. If I stay in, I get to keep most of my firepower. So that's good, right? In terms of command phase, it was just gain a CP and give this guy take aim. And no one else was able to get any orders because that's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Now, let's dive into the guard shooting phase. Extermin time! Let's go for the exterminator. It's going to unleash everything into the warriors.
Yes.
Okay, now fortunately it's hitting on 3s because otherwise that would be friggin' atrocious. Oh dear. And we are going to be wounding you on 3s with 4 rerolls. Come on now. Come on now.
Now.
Why? I feel the power slipping away from me. Okay, 1's died. Thank God. And then we've got the heavy blotters. Heavy blotters. I need another shot after this. Wow, you know what? It's these toxic dice, bro. If you don't mind, I'm just going to put those away. I'm going to get the Mordy dice out. I need the Mordy dice. I'm sorry. That's 3 hits. 3 hits. And I need another hit. See, that's better. That becomes 2 hits. And that becomes that's a lethal hit because of Born Soldier. So I've now got to roll 4 wounds. See, look at the difference, man. The goddamn difference. So you've got 4 wounds at 5 up. You are dead, sir.
Very good.
That was way closer than it should have been. Your toxic dice are toxic. He's just been sticking them up his ass before I give them to me. He's like, you gotta suck the power out through the rectum. It's like, oh, okay then. Now the next thing we're gonna shoot is gonna be the Lehman Russ, and I'm gonna put my laser cannon this way, and I'm gonna put my heavy bolters this way. So the laser cannon, hiya. No. Damn, can't have everything your way.
CP?
No. I wish to save my CP.
No.
I do have 2 of them, but it's okay. The heavy bolters and the stubber. The stubber, you know what I mean. The storm bolter. So that will be a lethal hit, which will kill this one. And then 2 more wounds, which will kill this one. Tom's like, no, my mighty rippers, no. All right, then we've got the Storm Blotter. That becomes 2 lethal hits, sir. 2 saves, sir. Hey, you actually made one.
On who? On the Rippers?
On the Rippers, yeah.
Okay. So is that 2 or 1?
Just a single wound, so you've got 3 left.
Shreds.
Nice. And then the Hellhound is going to burninate the Rippers. Breeze B! All right, see, I told you, these Morty dice, you got to stick them in the microwave for a bit, then they roll a lot better. Tom's just shaking his head like, you can't keep getting away with this!
Prawn cocktail.
So this will be killing on 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have done my best to roll a lot of 1s there. But I think it's just 1 damage each. We might have to check. But if it is, that's going to be 1 dead base, 2 dead bases. But if it's 2 damage each, that's going to be fucking horrendous. So we'll check. I'll be back in just a moment. Sadly, it is just 1 damage each. So that means I only killed 2 bases rather than 4, which would have been Pog. And then we've got the Heavy Flamer. I'd say this Hellhound's been burning. It's been cooking on gas. I'm feeling it. And he's just killed another base and a wound. So there's a 1 on 3 wounds there.
1 is crisped.
One's just a little singed. All right. Wow, I feel kind of excited. I did not expect that to go that way. With the Exterminator's initial fuck up. There's a bit of squeaky bum time. But this is why I bring multiple sets of dice to a game, because I have, when one set gets cold, I move on to another set. And I have played a game with Scions where all my dice went cold, and I went through 4 separate sets of dice and my opponent's dice, and I just couldn't. Imagine hitting on 2s, you're rolling 1s, and missing with half your shots.
I don't think it's the dice. I think it's fine. Dice fine.
It's game over, man. It's game over. Let us know your worst dice moments down in the comment section.
Well, somebody did actually record I think it was 8 or 9 1s in a row that I ran.
Yes.
Where I rolled like 9 dice and all of them were 1s, and the guy was like, that's 1 in 2 million point 8.
Yeah. That's my style, sir.
That's my style, sir. I'm sighting the enemy.
For sighting the dice, I whiffed it, sir. That's my style, sir. Now, what we're going to do off camera, guys, is the couple of platoons, because they're more going to show willing than do any actual damage. And we'll be back once that has all happened. End of guard turn 3. We did the remaining shooting off camera and the combat phases because it was basically guardsmen ineffectually shooting at big bugs and rippers and guard vehicles running over rippers. So it wasn't all that exciting to see. But the end result of the guard turn is the Leman Russes were able to run over a base or 2, which was pretty nice. The 4th platoon came on, unleashed everything it had into the Turvigon and did nothing. The difference between all of that light firepower, that's kind of okay, like chipping wounds off here and there, and simply just having a las cannon, having the right tool for the job is incredible. All of that Daka did nothing, and a single las cannon was able to do 6 wounds for Turbigon. Like, you really do need to have the right tool for the right job, and that's something we've consistently noticed. Coming back from Tom's side, the fact that his Turvigons were like smashing through guard and they ran into vehicles and just went, oh dear. So yeah, well, we'll get into that a little bit more in the final thoughts, but just thought I'd mention it whilst we were covering it now. Then we came over to here, and the guardsmen were able to fire into combat with the Hellhound, and they were able to chip away a few more of the Ripper swarms, and then the Hellhound came in and ran another one of them over. So at the end of the guard turn, all the turners have left is 2 Turvigons and 3 Ripper swarms. And so Tom has valiantly, honourably decided to cede the field of battle to the Imperial Guard. So Tom, thank you once more for another game, man. I actually genuinely thought you had that in the bag in your turn 2, but it's those reinforcements, man. It's those reinforcements.
Send in the next wave.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. So if you guys want to know what the final score was at the end of turn 3, Tom was actually on 3 victory points and I was on 1. But he wasn't going to score any more because in his turn 4, he wasn't going to score anything here because I objective controlled him. We did his attacks, by the way, and again, Turvigo did nothing. Crushing Claws did nothing.
Yeah, just whiffed.
Just missed completely. So that meant he wasn't able to get any objective points in his turn 4, and in his turn 5, I was going to be swarming all over the objectives, and so he wasn't going to get any more points there. And then when it comes over to my turn 4, I was going to get a victory point here, putting me on 2, and then I was going to swarm onto this objective and onto this one as well, just like spread out across both of them, and that would have given me the ability to have 2 more victory points, which would have put it on another 2 points. We're putting it on 4-3, even if I'd only managed to get 1 extra victory point to sort of lock this one down. Oh, sorry, and lock this one down. I would have ended on sort of 4 or 5 points, and Tom might have been able to get like 1 more point from like sitting a Turvigon over there. But it was definitely in the guard's favour, and that's assuming that I simply didn't just table Tom, because right now he's kind of like safe in combat with the -1 hit modifiers. But the moment he falls back to try and take objectives, the Lehman Russes unload onto him, and the guardsman can sit there and start lethal wounding you. So lethal hitting you. So Tom has decided to concede the battle. We did talk out the points to see if that would make a difference, and unfortunately it would not. But thank you for the game, Tom. Really appreciate it. We'll go into some final thoughts. How do we feel after playing our first mid-sized game of the old 10th edition? Victory is assured.
The Adeptus Tyranids, yes.
Like the Adeptus Custodes, the Adeptus Tyranids was no match for the Emperor's true finest, his Imperial Guard. On a more serious note, we should probably give the viewers less quotes and more final thoughts. So, Tom, what were your final thoughts on the Tyranids? What was the unit that stood out to you, either it was just cool or effective? And how did you feel that they played overall?
Ripper Swarms.
Nice.
I like Ripper Swarms. They're terrible, but they're funny.
They're like Orc Daka.
They have, like, when I said to you, I might keep this Ripper Swarm back and it'll, hold the objective. I went, no. Objective control is there, sir. Right, that's funny at things. And I think the cool moment for them was taking down your commissar in a place.
Yeah. Just like using those 36 attacks to overwhelm those isolated areas. I mean, you could absolutely send Rippers off against an objective and just be like...
Yeah, but it wouldn't be able to hold the objective. That's the issue.
It's a scorched earth policy, sir. No one's holding that objective. They are cool. They're good for tying things up as well.
I think me personally, I like the little swarm things. So I love Nurglings, I love Scarab Swarms, I love Ripper Swarms. So, yeah.
That's cool.
It's the little annoying things which I really like. It's like, oh God, I've got to deal with them. It's like, running around the battlefield.
The little mischievous bastards. Yeah. What did you think about the Turvigons? How did you find about the spawning mechanic? The difference between reinforcements and respawning into existing squads?
I think the respawning into different squads is okay. I think it's fine. I think it's like cool, seeing like Termagants respawn like up to 6 Termagants plus like the Endless Swarm and stuff. That's cool. I don't think it does enough. I think the Tervigans on their own, they'll need to be pretty cheap for people to run them. Yeah,
their damage output's a little weak.
Yeah.
And their spawning can be countered.
Because they're big, the spawning's going to get counted as well.
Termagants,
they're just Termagants. I mean, they have a decent amount of shots. They'll do a decent amount of damage as long as you don't put all your faith into them. I think they're cool units.
I actually felt your Termagants unsupported did more damage than my Guard unsupported.
Yeah, well, the Termagants did more damage than the Tyranid Warriors, the Ripper Swarms, and the Tervigons put together. Obviously, they just died quickly, but that was because obviously there's overwhelming firepower coming on. But
I feel like, if I may interject for a moment, I feel like in the lower points games, being able to spawn into units was crazy good.
Yes.
And then I think in the higher points games, it's turned around. And I think a big part of that is when we were doing our demo games, not only is there less firepower going into those Gants, but we also assumed you could take 30-man blobs.
Yeah.
And GW, if you're watching this, somehow the GW spy is moseying around to see if I've leaked anything else. But I think you need to make Termagants go back to 30-man blobs. Because there were multiple times that I was like, yes, just got the last guy, and we're not even playing a 2,000-point game. No. But we assume we're not anyway.
I do think that, again, like we said in the last few demo games, at a higher points value, Oath of Moment's going to be more valuable. Stuff like that, you know. If you put your whole army into something, it's going to die. But, like, tanks are tough still.
Oh, yeah.
Big bugs, still tough, relatively. I think the actual, the big bugs and stuff is like cool, tanks are tough. But you need the right weapons to deal with them. Yeah,
it's a slight limitation of the Tyranid list that I've got currently, and I'm looking to change that. But the only anti-tank you really had was in close combat. And when you got it there, it was like, okay, so this would, they strengthen their attacks from the Tervigon. They would have been fine going in against a Rhino, but a Leman Russet just tickled it. And the Crushing Claw's like, okay, here we've got some big hits now, but it didn't actually hit.
Yeah.
I really think, and when I'm looking over the Tyranid roster, I'm thinking, what have you got? Like Hive Guard? Apart from that, it's all close combat stuff and kind of struggles with the strength.
You've got that big, is it Exocrine? Is that a anti-tank one?
No.
No?
No, it's like strength 8.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so you definitely struggle against metal boxes.
Yeah. Well, in this game, I did go for the old sort of style of you kill all the infantry, then you deal with the vehicles.
But then the infantry came back.
Yeah, as I said to you off camera, I said dealing with a Imperial Guard gun line is fine. But dealing with an Imperial Guard gun line
that
can just bring basically the units that actually do stuff back is like, it's draining. It's like...
So for me personally, that game was won because of reinforcements.
Yeah.
Even if I hadn't... So to be clear, those guardsmen came back and did no damage. Those guardsmen came back and 4th platoon did killed 4 termagants, 2 termagants, something. And 5th platoon killed a Ripper Swarm or something. It wasn't a lot at all. But what the difference was, I came back and I was like, right, I'm going to re-secure my home objective. Brilliant. And now I'm going to threaten your objectives. And that's all that it did. That's all it needed to do. So reinforcements is not a valuable tool to bring back things that do damage. Reinforcements is a tool to bring back objective control.
Yeah. It's also the fact that you can go, okay, this squad's going to die, but I'm going to deal as much damage with it as possible.
Yeah.
Then it dies, and it's like, okay, well, it's going to come back next turn.
Yeah, exactly, because it dies in your turn, and then I get it back in my turn.
So it's like you're not actually losing any points, values or anything like that.
Overall, I'm just going to give some quick final thoughts on the guard. Leman Russes feel amazing, really tough, really good firepower. Even without support, I felt the tank commander was, snapping necks, cashing checks. And the Hellhound will be my MVP.
I thought the Hellhound was really good.
The Hellhound has gone from a meme to a dream. The durability, plus the fact that he just burns in combat, fantastic. But I think that's all we've got time for today.
Controversially, I think your MVP was just the infantry squads.
Well, they won me the game, but okay, hero of the game can be most standout model can be the
Legion Russ and the Hellhound were really cool. The MVP, if I was to pick yours, would be the infantry squads
because they won me the game.
And the MVP for me would be the
Ripper Swarms.
Ripper Swarms,
nice.
Just because style.
Because 36 attacks, man. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that battle report. A bit more interested in doing a bigger one. Let us know what you think down in that comment section. Really importantly, let us know if we got any rules wrong. This is a new edition. We're still very much learning it. And between Tom and I, we do a bit of a history of getting things a little bit wrong. Tom basically wasn't allowed near the stratagem of this game. But let us know where we could improve. Let us know what rules we got wrong. Let us know if you've got any questions, of course, about these two armies. And we'll do our best to catch up with them in the comments. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to go the extra mile, support the channel and help create more battle reports, please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. But even if you don't, consider smashing that like button and also subscribing. But that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the battle report. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.